NXT 2.0 was very well received by both fans and critics, and this week was one of the few times when the weekly buzz seemed to actually be in NXT's favour over Dynamite. Now it won't last because Dynamite has left NXT completely in the dust for viewership, demographic, just for the amount of people talking about it on social media. But it was nice to have the reminder that NXT actually exists, because my timeline's not been that enamoured of it recently. I feel NXT needed the 2.0 shot in the arm, if not just to make people care again. Next week, it will get a welcome boost with the return of Triple H, who is recovering well and is on his way back to full fitness. Now, he's been popping in backstage, but really, the man is a workaholic during a time when he's supposed to be resting. He's supposed to be resting, but he's still working non-stop. NXT 2.0 had a lot of doom and gloom around it in the build to it, and when you were hearing some of the reports coming out, it was a lot of, oh, this is going to destroy NXT, what about these people or those people? In reality, the differences made were exactly consistent with what I've been reporting here in this chat. There were clear production changes to bring NXT closer to the production value of Raw and SmackDown. Reports came out in the days before that Kevin Dunn himself was overseeing the project. Thanks for the confirmation without reference. Again, guys, nudge nudge, wink wink. Am I right? Yeah. The people who sit there and tweet about, oh, we hate it when people report something without referencing the people who've reported it before. Weeks ahead. While the top level of already developed talent were featured, and one even regained the NXT Championship, you couldn't really get more of a clear changing of the guard event. Names such as Bron Breakker, whatever the hell that name is, Hit Row's B-Fab, is at least consistent with Hit Row but still a strange name, Ridge Holland and Von Wagner made in-ring appearances, and others who were on the way up were further elevated. We even saw Dexter Loomis start speaking. His lack of speech was a big issue that Bruce Pritchard and others had in a potential future call-up. Dexter Loomis was not wanted on the main roster as a mute. However, this pairing of Dexter Loomis and Indy Hartwell could then work on the main roster, if it's not too close to what Karrion Kross and Scarlett are doing, which is one of the reasons there's been some change with Karrion Kross and Scarlett. While NXT did undergo some significant changes, it was still NXT. In fact, this seemed more NXT than NXT has been in a long time, and this has meant the WWE management are absolutely thrilled. They were happy with the show, happy with the reception, and very happy with the audience and the enthusiasm that they were summoning. Now yes, we've been ahead of the game here on this channel with the NXT changes. We spoke about the new set, we spoke about the changes incoming, and all of that has been proven correct. A lot of the doom and gloom, completely unnecessary. I think, and I'll ask for your opinion on this as well, NXT 2.0 was a good show. 2.0 is going to be continuing from here. Ciampa is at best a temporary champion. Meanwhile, the WWE are currently trying to convince Johnny Gargano to stay, but, as with many others, they're lowballing him considerably with the potential income on offer. As he has a baby coming, I wouldn't be all that surprised to hear that both Gargano and Ciampa are looking for limited date contracts, like a lot of people in the WWE are right now and long term. The call of the limited date contract is getting stronger and stronger. Unfortunately, that's not something that WWE management really want to see in NXT. So, question marks there. Despite the championship win, and the new signing of Pete Dunne, which we also spoke about here, the old guard are going to be moved on. Meanwhile, we still have a lot to learn about what's happening with Samoa Joe. As best as I can tell on the information coming out of the WWE, Samoa Joe has not been medically cleared while in NXT, and I don't mean he's been cleared and then uncleared. He hasn't been medically cleared while in NXT. Now I hope that's not true based on the reports that are coming out, because given that he's now injured again, it would mean that they took an enormous risk and it did not pay off. It would mean that he wrestled while still not cleared to wrestle. And that NXT Championship is looking increasingly cursed. How many people now have actually been injured while holding or competing that belt? Noob says, Dexter Loomis finally talking. I know I liked him as a mute, but I'm happy that he spoke. I also quite happy about this. I think it's a big help to the storyline going forwards, and it's a big help to the character who needed some development. Now, all of his development essentially has come from this storyline of Indy Hartwell, but it's all been good development. I'm not upset by what they're doing with him. I'm just thrilled that they're doing something, you know? You know? I was worried. I'm not going to lie. I was worried that he'd be one of those that, okay, well, the big wigs at the top and on the main roster don't really care. But clear now that they are making changes that will result in everyone caring at least that little bit more. Fuzzy says, one of my favourite things about 2.0 is the new look of the arena. The lighting allows you to see the entire crowd, whereas when they were at Full Sail in the Capitol Wrestling Centre, I could only see the front row and it looked like they were in a dungeon. Kinda get what you're saying. Connor says, I enjoyed NXT as a whole, I just don't like the colour splatter. I prefer the black and gold. Other than that, I liked the show. Good to hear, good to hear. Jay Quick has said, by the way, it's $800 for a Finn Balor cameo, which is absurd. Yeah, but I think a lot of people are going to be asking for the paint, and it's not him who sets it. Unfortunately, it is the WWE that set it. Michael says, judging by my timeline, I think I'm in the minority who doesn't like the Index storyline. I think you are, mate. It's a shame that you're not a fan of it, but we have a variety of opinions here on a variety of topics. Fuzzy says, also the fact that they refuse to capitalise on Rex Steiner as a name is odd, because that is the name of a man you shouldn't mess with. Bron Breakker doesn't have that same vibe. It doesn't. It doesn't. It just sounds like a reincarnation of Braun Strowman. But who breaks more things. Noob says the NXT title is way more cursed than the WWE Universal title. You are not wrong.